Once upon a time, in a quiet mountain village, there lived a 24-year-old man named Ethan. His mind was never still. Thoughts raced through his head from morning till night. Memories of the past, worries about the future, questions with no answers. These thoughts made him feel tired, anxious, and deeply unsettled. He couldn't sleep well, he couldn't focus, and he had forgotten what it felt like to smile. One day, Ethan heard whispers about a distant village nestled deep in the hills. People spoke of a wise old man who lived there, a former psychologist from the city who had once helped countless people find peace within themselves. Now retired, the man had left behind the noise and rush of urban life to live close to nature. Occasionally, he offered guidance to those who came seeking it. Ethan felt a flicker of hope. Maybe this man can help me, he thought. Without hesitation, he packed his things and began the long, exhausting journey to the hilltop village. After several days, Ethan arrived. The village was serene, wrapped in greenery and birdsong. At the edge of the village stood a small house covered in vines. On the porch sat the old man, eyes closed, breathing slowly, radiating calm. Ethan approached quietly and said, "Sir, my mind is restless. I am overwhelmed by thoughts. I long for peace. Can you help me?" The old man opened his eyes and smiled gently. "You seek peace? Then come with me. I have a small task for you." He led Ethan to a little yard and filled a glass with water, right to the brim. Not a single drop more could fit. Handing it to Ethan, he said, "Walk from here to the far edge of the village and return. But be careful, not a single drop of water must spill." Ethan was puzzled but determined. He took the glass and began walking. The path was narrow and lively. Children played, dogs barked, vendors called out. But Ethan kept his eyes fixed on the glass. Step by careful step, he moved forward, ignoring every distraction. Villagers watched curiously, but didn't interfere. They knew he was learning something important. Eventually, Ethan returned, proud and relieved. He said, "I did it. Not a single drop spilled." The old man nodded. "Good, but tell me, did you see the children playing? Did you hear the dogs barking?" Ethan looked surprised. "No, I didn't notice anything. I was focused only on the glass." The old man smiled again. "That is the secret. When your mind stays in the present moment, there is no room for fear, regret, or distraction. You weren't thinking about your past. You weren't worrying about your future. You were simply here, now, with the water. That is peace." Ethan stood silently, letting the words sink in. For the first time in years, his mind felt quiet. He bowed his head and said softly, "Now I understand. If I want peace, I must keep my mind in the present moment." The sun began to set, casting golden light across the hills. Birds flew home, and Ethan turned to leave. But he was no longer the restless young man. He had changed. He carried peace within him now, because he had learned how to calm the storm inside.